Hi there, and welcome to Air to Earth Tarot. I'm Ange, and this is going to be a tarot talk for Taurus for the second quarter, the second 3 months of 2021. So that would be April, May, and June. So the purpose of tarot talks and why I created them is to use tarot readings as a tool for my friends out there who may need help or prompts with their spiritual practice. They need motivation for writing prompts. Maybe you just started journaling. Maybe you just started meditating and it's helpful to have a word or concept, sentence, question to kind of meditate on and see what happens after a couple of deep breaths. However you choose to use these, that's kind of what I had in mind. So, and I know that it helps me, so I hope it helps you guys as well. Also, creating your own mantras is something that I find myself doing naturally these days, just as I'm meditating on a given idea or I'm focusing on something. I will find myself repeating a phrase or a question or a sentence or a word to myself as I'm meditating. So, as your spiritual practice develops, I am hoping to kind of help you along that process. So there's that. So Taurus, we are going to pull 3 cards, not necessarily each representing a month, but more so just focusing on energy. So I'll go into that in a second. But first, I should say that if you would like to connect with myself or just keep in touch with Air to Earth, the brand, we are on Instagram, and you can find us at Air, the number 2, Earth _ That's important, right? So Air, number 2, Earth _, and you'll find all things Air to Earth there. You'll also find the visuals that I do for each of these tarot talks there. So it'll be a quick reference for each sign. Just find your sign and you'll see what prompts come out of each of these videos. That'll be up in about a week or so. What else? Any information, all the things I just went over will be in the description box below. So if you missed it, that's okay. Just go ahead to the description box and get that information. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. That sun feels so good on my skin. Good God. Long winter. So let's see. So back to the spread. I am going to do 3 cards. So the first card is going to be positive energies right now for you, Taurus, and moving into the second quarter of the year. Positive energy, positive influences, things that you want to keep doing or keep around you or keep an eye on as a possible solution to an issue, that kind of thing. Second card will be negative energies, not necessarily bad, but negative. It could be something you need to face. It could be a challenge. It could be something you need to get rid of outright. So we'll talk about that. And then the third card will be a possible way forward. So you could look at that as a solution. You could look at it as an outcome, but a pathway forward, maybe something you didn't see before. We're going to look into what those energies are for you, Taurus. And then we'll tie it together with an animal oracle card. So yeah, let's see. What do we have for Taurus for April, May, and June? Spirits, guides, angels, ancestors. Any help we can get, right? There we go. Chariot in reverse. What do we have for Taurus? Okay. Okay. Nice. Taurus. All right, so I will show you upright, but first card did come out in reverse. So positive energies. We got the Chariot. Great card to get in terms of positive energy, because it's about movement. It's about kind of conquering something as well. So you may be celebrating a recent win of some sort, Taurus, for this to be the first card that came out. It did come out in reverse. So this is telling me you may want to think about pausing. You may want to think about even retreat a little bit at this point, just to regroup, just to also keep yourself grounded. So as I do more research on tarot, the meanings and the symbolism and the archetypes, they just expand. So there is no one way to read a card, but the Chariot has so much more to it than I originally thought. So this can be about humility, a call for humility. So again, you may be coming off of a win, which is great. It doesn't mean don't celebrate. It doesn't mean don't be happy for the win, but it means stay grounded. Stay grounded is what I'm getting with that. And that will be good. That came out in the positive position, right? So that will be good for you to do, good for you to keep in your mind as you move forward. If you are thinking about moving forward with something really important, a new job, a house, moving, a relationship, anything that you're really thinking like, okay, green light, green light, green light, you might want to take another moment to look all the details over. You might want to look at your humility, which can be hard, right? Because ego never wants to admit when it's bugging out. But we have the ability to be more than ego. So we can look at our ego and tame it. And I think that's what this Chariot in reverse is talking about. It's kind of like a need for grounding, a need for humility. And through that humility, you might come to the conclusion that you need to kind of pause or take a break or not rush forward with something. Negative energies, Three of Swords. Three of Swords and negative energy. So the reason you may want to, I'll hold that up for a sec. The reason you may want to pause, the reason you may want to connect to humility is because you may find hurt there. You may find hurt where you don't expect it, if that makes sense. And sometimes it does call for us to pause and really be introspective and honest and reflective to find hurt. And sometimes we don't. Sometimes we do a lot of good from a bad place or from a negative place. So for the Three of Swords to be in the negative position or negative energies position, I'm thinking about exactly that, like the source of your momentum. Are you kidding yourself or others by overlooking the fact that it may be pain, heartbreak, loss, abandonment, or just things not working out in terms of the universe? Sometimes you didn't do anything wrong. A lot of times you didn't do anything wrong. Shit just doesn't work out. And that hurts. And that can be really hard to accept. And sometimes we just kind of rush along because we don't want to have that moment with the universe where we kind of, I call it a woe is me moment. Like sometimes you just gotta admit that you feel really unlucky in a certain position, or you feel wronged or betrayed even by other people, but a lot of times just by fate, by the universe, right? It's okay to be there for a little bit. You can't skip over that step because then you're not actually healing, right? So you got to be honest about the wound if you want to heal it. So that negative energy, it could be just like heartbreak that you're not dealing with in a truthful way. And speaking of truth, the solution, way forward, outcome, possibly, we got the Ace of Swords, which is all about the truth of the matter. These are also very Libra energies. Ace of Swords, Three of Swords. The Chariot is Cancer card. So yeah, you may be, Taurus, kind of choosing to be airy about things because you think it makes things lighter. You think it makes things easier. But you got to deal with the heavy shit too. So don't be afraid of being bogged down by your own pain. You kind of have to deal with it if you want to transcend it. So get into the truth of that, shining that moon light of truth on a situation. And I feel like this has to do with you. Of course, it could span out into things that someone could be hiding something from you. I can read this as that as well, Taurus. So before you move forward with someone or something, make sure you look at the details, because it looks like somebody may be trying to keep the truth away from you, and it could end up hurting you really, really bad, because you may trust this person or trust the situation. So if any of that resonates, just make sure you look twice. That's what I would say for you, Taurus. Look twice before moving forward. Look under, look, you know, under the rug, look under the couch, look behind the couch, look, you know what I mean? Like, look for where the dirt would be if someone were hiding it, even if that someone is you. Seek and ye shall find, kind of thing, right? So what advice do we have for Taurus for April, May, and June 2021? What advice do we have for Taurus? Thank you. Emu. This is a good time to go on a new adventure. Interesting. Because we're talking about pausing before an adventure or before a new venture of some sort. Getting to the truth of the matter beforehand. That kind of thing. So interesting that we would get this card. Good time to go on a new adventure. Only you know what that means, Taurus. It could mean stop going down the familiar road and go with something new. Right? That's one way to interpret that. But I'll leave it up to interpretation. I'm not going to read into that too much. Just make sure that if you're going on a new adventure, make sure you are choosing it. That's what I would say, Taurus. So thank you so much for watching, friends. I hope you enjoy. As I said, the visuals for these videos will be up within the next week or so on our Instagram. So please make sure you check out the description box below, where you'll find all information about this video, the decks I used, all that good stuff. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.